back like we never left. All right, let's get it going. All right. We are back. Let's go. Let's see. We are back. All right. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. All right. Let me get this set up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this poppin' going. Let's get this party started. Start preparing your credit today. All right. So earlier we did the Canadian Forbidden Credit launch. All right. So now we are back to regular credit repair. So let's talk about some of the things that that I've been getting questions on, like how do you go about rebuilding credit after bankruptcy? To be honest, I've gotten bankruptcy questions, but not phrased that way. Like I've gotten a question like, okay, Daraine, how do you delete a bankruptcy? What's your 4-day method of deleting a bankruptcy? What's what's going on, CEO? Run, what's good, what's good, what's good? All right, I see Jess looking to come on the live as soon as we're up. Let's get it. Jess, what's popping? Jess looks like she wanted to join the live. Let's see what Jess got on your mind. What you got on your mind, Jess? Talk to me.
I'm trying to see how much you charge.
Huh?
How much you charge to repair credit?
Well, I don't repair credit, beautiful. What I do is I teach you how to repair, rebuild, and restore your own credit because I own an education company, not a credit repair company. So when you give a man a fish, like what most people do in credit repair, he only eats for the day. But when you teach a man how to fish, he eats for the rest of his life. So my mission is to teach you how to be the educated consumer so you are powerful enough, confident enough in the laws and what you know so you can not only repair your own credit, but your families, your friends. And you could even make it a side hustle too and make a whole lot of money doing it. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do 2025.
Let's go. All right. Comment the word university, just or look inside of my. No, comment the word university. You should get a link right into your DMs.
Okay.
All right. I got you, Jess. I'm going to teach you this whole consumer login. You're welcome. Drop some fire in the chat for Jess. Let's go. I'm having trouble getting late payments removed. Late payments, guys, late payments is one of the easiest things to get rid of on your credit report scenario. Do you know that it's so easy? It is so easy to get rid of old late payments. It's absolutely a cakewalk. Guys, if you hear me sniffling, I got allergies. Hey, your mic sounds muffled. Audio check 1 2. I hope it's not muffled. Audio check 1 2. Audio check 1 2. How is my audio? If my audio is good, drop your boy some fire in the chat. If it's muffled, let me know. Audio check. Audio check. How's my audio? Can't hear too clear, friend. Guys, are you? Mic is low. Let's mute. Let's do that. All right, audio check again. Audio check again. Audio check. Audio check. How is my audio, ladies and gentlemen? Audio check. I wonder what not clear. Golly, man. All right, let me see something. Oh, somebody's saying I'm clear. Okay, somewhat muffled. Good. I have my volume as high as it can go. Is the audio any better? I'm not sure why, ladies and gentlemen. I honestly don't know what's going on. Dun, dun, dun. You're clear now. Okay, good. Okay, great, great, great. All right. So let's start with late payments first. All right, let's start with late payment first. Oh, somebody just dropped the word university. Let me send you the link. Let me send you the university link. Then we're gonna go into late payments. I was saying, if you hear me sound snuffled up, guys, allergies, man. It's a war outside. Me going outside right now. The pollen is crazy. Pollen count right now in Atlanta is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Wherever you go, you know I follow. Nobody knows where tomorrow. All right. I don't know. That song's been stuck in my head. I don't know why, but it is. All right. Let's start with late payments, right? Let's talk about a late payment. What makes a payment late? I have two charge off that I settled and paid less money and I cannot get them off my credit. All right, Elvis, I'm going to get to you in just a second. Let's talk about what makes a payment late. Do you think paying late makes a payment late? I know that is a crazy question to ask, but do you think paying late makes a payment late? I know, right? Crazy question. Like, Daraine, what type of crazy question is that? Do you think paying late makes a payment late? I used your letters, but no success in removing late payments. Well, we're going to get to the bottom of that today. Real Truck King, we're going to get to it. Well, if I was to tell you that paying an account after the payment due date does not really constitute a payment as being late, let me explain. When it comes to timing of payments, right? When it comes to the timing of payments, 15 USC 1666B, a creditor cannot treat a payment as late under an open-end consumer credit plan for any reason, unless there are a few things, 5 things to be in particular, a creditor must do. So in order for a creditor to treat a payment as late, they must do 5 things after. So even though you missed your payment due date, that is not enough to constitute a late payment. There should be 5 things that is done. Now, the first thing that they need to do is send you a notice, right? They need to send you a periodic statement. After that periodic statement, we're talking about now other information regarding to 1637B. And following that, we're talking about now it should be mailed, delivered, sent by a pigeon. However they get delivered, it gets delivered, right? And then it also needs to be sent at a particular time, right? 21 days or less than the payment due date. Now, the kicker is most people never receive any of the 4 that I just spoke about. But the real linchpin is called a negative information notice. You've never received a negative information notice. And there's a time limit to when a negative information notice must be sent. And if you did not get these 5 things, whether you paid or not, the late payment does not exist without the 5 things being done. So if these 5 things are not done, a payment cannot be treated as late. So for those of you that may have late payments on your credit, y'all could be sitting on some money on your credit. Can you sue for having late payments on your credit? Yes, because if they did not follow the procedures of the law, you can sue them and you can get a bag from having late payments on your credit that does not meet the conditions or criteria to furnish a payment as late. Now, when it comes to a charge off, right? When it comes to a charge off, guys, what you need to comprehend is that a charge off only exists after the account has been delinquent for 120 days or more. So if you delete the delinquency, meaning if you remove the late payment from the charge-off has no foundation. Is everyone following? Is everyone following? If you delete the late payment from the charge-off cannot exist, because a charge-off cannot be a charge-off without the account first being delinquent. If you guys are following, drop me some fire in the chat. Drop me some fire in the chat if you guys are following. Without the account being delinquent, without the account being late, the account cannot, and I repeat, the account cannot be a charge-off. Because a charge-off only exists after an account that has been delinquent for 120 to 150 days. By banking law, it cannot exist. So delete the late payment, the charge-off goes with it. And some of you are going to say, Daraine, you can delete late payments from a charge-off. Yes, you can. We've done it many, many times. Yes, we can. We've done it, and if you guys were on the last challenge, you would have seen we've had multiple people delete late payments from charge-off, and the charge-off account went with the late payment. Thank you very much. All right. Who else had asked me a question? Is it okay to dispute inaccurate personal information online, or should it be written? Yes. The innovator. Yes, you can do it online. You can. Do I recommend it? Absolutely not, guys. Absolutely not. For those of you just joining, guys, comment the word community. Comment the word community if you would like to join and be a part of my consumer law community. All you got to do is comment the word community in the chat. And if you're on Instagram, you will get a link. If you are on YouTube, you will get a link as well. So I'm going to drop that link right now. So if you're on YouTube, you'll get the link. If you're on Instagram, the link is going to come to your bio. Boom. All right. Capital One closed all 3 of my credit cards because I submitted a complaint through the CFPB. That is called discrimination, and you can sue Capital One for that. All right. Can I request to join? Of course. Papa Rosso. Yes, you can request to join. I do answer questions live, so if those of you that would like to come live, you can come live. Let's have a conversation. I would love to have a conversation. I'd like you to send me the step-by-step to get the late payments removed. That is what I do inside of the community, Truck King. So if you would like that and laser focused strategies, King, you can just comment the word community, get on SKOOL, and we'll get that popping. My comment is showing. I am not sure what that means. Shay, I'm not sure what that means, Shay. Did you make a comment? Yes, you can get all 19 removed. Okay. Somebody have, Stephanie, there are 19 late payments in my current auto loan. Can they be deleted? Absolutely. 19. Easy peasy, man. Listen, and if they are not compliant, this is the thing, guys. It's not about if you missed a payment or not. That is not the point. That is not the point. It doesn't matter if you missed a payment. The question is 15 USC 1681 EB says a consumer reporting agency must have reasonable procedures in place to ensure that the information they're reporting has maximum possible accuracy, meaning the information must be accurate. If the information is not accurate, ladies and gentlemen, inaccurate information has to be deleted. 15 USC 1681 I5. So if the late payments are on your credit and they did not do the 5 things that they're supposed to do, if they did not do the 5 things that they're supposed to do, it simply means that the furnishing of that information was not compliant. Therefore, it did not meet the requirements of the law. Therefore, inaccurate information is being furnished because the information was not verified. Unverifiable information cannot be furnished on your consumer reports. So the answer to your question, Stephanie, is can you get all 19 late payments deleted? Yes, you can. All right, Stephanie. So if you are interested in learning a strategy on how we can execute it, there is the SKOOL link. You can comment the word community, or you could text the word community to 917-993-58. That's text the word community to 917-993-5238, or click the link that I just dropped. All right, Instagram, y'all seem to be going wild over here. Let's see what's going on with Instagram. All right, I see a few people commenting the word community. All right, it's not allowing me. Community, I want to join. Okay, your community. Shay, just comment the word community, and I want you to check in your DMs. It may go to your request folder. Check your request folder. Check your general folder, and then what's the other folder called? It's general. Let me find it right now. If the world was ending, I want to be next to you. Okay, so you have primary, and you have request, and you have general. So check any of those folders, Shay, to see if it got in any of those inboxes. All right. What else do I have? What else do I got? I just did a dispute on Equifax. They closed the case and said they don't have to send any documentation proving late payment. Well, this is where I would not send another dispute letter. What I would do, Rachel, is I would go straight to court. I would send no more correspondence to Equifax. I would go straight to court. That's it. No more. All right, Elvis, I have 2 charge-offs that are paid off in a settlement for a lesser amount, and I can't get them off. Elvis, my guy. Whew. So what you should have done, Elvis, and I know we can't change the past, but what you should have done is negotiate what is called a pay for deletion. So Elvis, if this ever happens to you again, you need to negotiate what is called a pay for deletion. So you are settling, yes, but in return, I'm going to settle with you, but in return, I want the account deleted from my credit, and I need that in writing before I make this payment. Hello. That's it. All right. I have all documentation to pursue penalty. I'm not able to find representation. So Papa Rosso, I am not an attorney. I am not a lawyer. I am a Jamaican guy who loves reading laws, especially consumer laws where credit is concerned, right? So can I teach you what I know? Yes. Can I give you steps, guidelines, read case laws, go over strategies with you? Yes, but I cannot represent you. So if you are interested, Papa Rosso, in learning how to be your own credit hero, where you are taking these crooks to court, if you want to learn how to properly organize your documents, your paperwork, and send in your disputes and get your paperwork in, Papa Rosso, you are in the right place. All right, I need you to comment the word paid. So Papa Rosso, I need you to comment the word paid if you want to learn how to sue these crooks for whatever remedy you seek. All right, I see community. Even that was said verbally. I did not know all of that at the time. I understand. So Elvis, You want a fresh strategy? I need you to tap into SKOOL Elvis, comment the word community, and we get on this community call. I will give you strategies. I will give you templates. I will give you all the tools you need to be successful. I paid them a couple years ago. So the next thing you need to know, Elvis, is what state you're in, the statute of limitation. There's a few ways you can get them going off. All right. But in terms of a consultation, I'm not going to do a consultation on a live. That's why I got the community. That's why I have the university. I've talked to the team about the community, and we spoke during the credit summit. Okay, so it's time for you to get on board, Papa Rosso. Let's go. It is time for you to get on board, because when we're talking about suing an entity, right, the first thing we need to establish is, do you have grounds? Like, do you have a case? Were you damaged? Why are you suing, right? So let's say that you are suing Equifax or Capital One. What did Equifax or Capital One do? Did they report inaccurate information to your credit report? Did you get a denial as a result of that negative information being furnished on your report? And then from you being denied, did it affect you? I'm going to say, were you damaged? You lost opportunities, job opportunities. You lost out on a loan. You lost out on getting a new apartment. So we need to make sure that you are putting your stuff together. You're putting all your exhibit and your cases together. Do you sell late payment letters separately? Yes. Young Zuvi, yes. Comment the word late payment, Young Zuvi. If you're looking for just late payment templates, comment the word late payment. Right? So after you establish now that, all right, I got some grounds, I can sue. All right, so this is now when we talk about your dispute strategy. Now, did you dispute correctly? Did you send a dispute out to the creditor? Did you send a dispute out to the consumer reporting agencies? After you send that, how did they respond to you? Well, we go into response. Did they use a stall tactic? Did they send you the correct response? Did they need more information from what you sent? So these are things that now you have to evaluate. So after you evaluate that, hold on one second. Somebody just commented the word late payment. Let me send them the late payment deletion guide. Go to store. If the world was ending, I want to be next to you. I cannot sing, guys. I did karaoke, and I'm telling you guys, I've been, let's just say I've been in a singing mood ever since I did my first karaoke. All right? So don't mind me. Even if my voice don't sound so pleasant, it's all right. Because if the world was ending, I want to be next to you. Let me drink some water. We'll leave the singing to Bruno Mars, Daraine. Leave the singing to Bruno. If the world was ending, I want to be next to you. Oh yeah. All right. All right, let's get back to it. Oh no, that song just caught me. Yeah, let me play it. Like, this song just got me, man. I was in TikTok. Hold on. So song, all right? Quick segue. Quick segue, all right? Let's go. Wherever you go, I follow. Nobody knows tomorrow. Just for a while. This is my next karaoke song. Next to you. Oh. Woo! All right, all right, all right. That is my next karaoke song. I swear, that song I gotta learn it for karaoke. Lit, super lit. All right, let's get back to consumer laws now. All right, so we just talked about we just talked about late payments. So good, we got late payments out of the way. We spoke about charge-offs. Charge-offs only exist because the late payment exists. If you delete the late payments, remove the late payments completely, there is no charge-off, right? So the dispute strategy is one of the best strategies because your dispute gives you the opportunity to, one, identify inaccuracies on your report. Two, identify who put the inaccurate information on your credit report, via it be a furnisher of information, a debt collector, a bank, an auto institution, a student loan servicer. Student loan services. Ugh. Who even gave a student loan servicer permission to put anything on your credit? Now, once we've established the inaccurate, unverifiable, or outdated information, what do we need to do next? The next thing you need to do after you've identified the inaccuracies on your credit is, what laws am I going to use to dispute this item? Guys, I swear, if I hear another person tell me that they sent out a debt validation letter or a cease and desist for a late payment, I am going to strangle you. Guys, you cannot send out a cease and desist for a late payment. You can't do that. You can't send out a validation of debt for a late payment. No. No, you cannot. Hold on. Hold on. Just a moment. I'm live. I'm on live. Everything good? All right. Take a video for me. You hear? Okay. All right. So, do not, I repeat, do not send out a validation of debt for a charge-off. Do not, I repeat, do not send out a validation of debt for a late payment. Don't send out nothing debt collection for a late payment. I will. Don't send it out, please, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do it. Can you send late payment template? By you commenting the word late payment, Zuvi, I want you to check your DM. You may have gotten it in your request folder. Check your DM, Zuvi. You should have gotten an automation. If you did not get it, Zuvi, go over to DaraineDelevante.com. All right, Z, go over to DaraineDelevante.com. And once you go over to DaraineDelevante.com, go to store, and you will see the digital products, and you can get late payment from there. 15 USC 1681 2A1. No, we do not use that 2A1 strategy anymore. We have a better strategy. All right, we have a better strategy. All right, so are student loans not supposed to be on your credit? No. What goes into reporting on your credit? There's a thing called permissible purpose, guys. And what constitutes as an account that's supposed to be on your credit? These are the things that we must answer. What constitutes, or what's the definition of account? What does the word account mean? Right? And once we know what the word account means, okay, how do we go from there? How do we analyze what is on there? At what point did anyone give a student loan servicer any written permission to report information on your consumer report? Like, at what point? Because you cannot, a financial institution, any institution cannot report information to your consumer report without a permissible purpose. And the permissible purpose is you, the consumer, must give them permission. So at what point did you give a student loan servicer? You may have given the Department of Education. You may have given those entities that you actually well, that you may have gotten the loan from. Permission, but permissible purpose is specific for what it was used for. Simply put, Department of Education cannot transfer an account to a student loan servicer, and then a student loan servicer is going to say that they have permissible purpose to report information. No, you don't. You have no permission. I did not give you any permission. Right? So we need to stand on business, ladies and gentlemen. So for those of you that want to learn the strategy, come on, guys. I'm telling you, join the community, hop on the train, because whether you're here or not, this train is leaving. So you have to decide, am I going to be on this train, or am I going to be stuck like Chuck in the pickup truck waiting for somebody to come and save me? I'm just saying. If the world was ending, I want to be next to you. I want to hold you. All right. So let me drop that link. Let me drop that link. All right. Cool. All right. Let me see what other questions y'all had for me. Can you send late payment template? Boom, got that already. Take lessons. All right. I will. I definitely will. So the arrangement, but every month she receives a late payment, now have 50. Rod Brown, give me some more context. I'm not really following. I feel like I'm missing part of the conversation, Rod Brown. I have a with me looking at your live. Her issue is pandemic. She fell behind. Okay, I think I'm getting one. All right, Rod Brown. Rod, you want to get on the live? Give me some more context, Rod. Let me know if you want to get on the live, Rod. You can do a request. So don't send debt validation letters. Don't send them if you got late payments. Don't send them if you got a charge off. A debt validation goes for collection accounts and collections only. A debt validation is debt collection. A late payment is not a debt collection. So you're not going to get any traction with that because it's the wrong thing. See, one of the number one reasons why a lot of people don't get items deleted in their first round of dispute is because they are sending out the wrong dispute letter. It's the number one reason. The number one reason why most people don't get a deletion on their credit is because, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, you're sending out the wrong dispute letter. Something so easy. I know. You sent out the wrong dispute letter, and because of that, you did not get a deletion and you got a stall tactic, or your dispute got ignored. Because if I'm a consumer reporting agency and I see someone sending in a validation of debt for a late payment or a charge off, I'm just going to laugh. I'm just going to laugh because the dispute makes no sense. Is everybody following? Your dispute needs to make sense. Come on, guys. Somebody say it with me. Your dispute method have to make sense. Your dispute must make sense. Your dispute must make sense. Right? The dispute must make sense. All right. I see somebody asking for late payment again. Let me drop that late payment deletion guide inside of the chat. If the world was ending, I want to be next to you. In the world. All right. Are you able to speak to me on live? Not who is this? Who is me? Give me who is me. So you don't send validation letter. Who is me? Talk to me. Who is me? I see C1627, but I have no idea who that is. Who is that? Okay, Corey. All right, Corey, what you got? You got a question? Hop on the live, Corey, if you got a question. Let's see what you got. What you got? You got a question? What is the cost of the late payment letter? All right, so we spoke about late payment. We spoke about debt collection. We spoke about charge-offs. We spoke about, well, we didn't really go much into bankruptcy. So bankruptcy is one of the things that we need to talk about. So let's talk about bankruptcy for a second. All right, I'm requesting to join. Okay, I'll let you know when I see it. I have not seen it yet. So when it comes to bankruptcy now, ladies and gentlemen, can you repair your credit after bankruptcy? The answer to that is yes. A bankruptcy is not the end of the world. I know there's been a lot of negative stigma around a bankruptcy. Guys, that's not the case. That is not the case. Your requests are off. Let's see. Off request. Nope, it's on. I didn't even know that you have no request. Request to, no, but somebody was just on here. We just had somebody that came live, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure why it's not coming through. Someone was literally just on the live. We just had Jessica on the live just now. So I don't know what to say because I do not see any requests. Hi, I know you're talking about bankruptcy, but can you please talk about buying a car from a dealership? Buying a car from the dealership is one of the worst things you could ever do. If you're going to get a car, just tells me my request not being sent. Maybe you need to follow me first. I'm not sure, but nothing. The requests are on. I didn't even know you could turn request off. Just learned something new today. I'm not sure. Maybe Instagram is glitching out. I really do not know. But I do know that someone was just on the live. Jessica was just on the live, so I'm not sure why you are not able to join. So if we're talking about getting an automobile, it is better for you to get in with a pre-approval, man. I'm telling you. Go in there with your pre-approval because these dealers are scammers. These dealers are crooks. Like, you're not going to leave that dealership with a fair deal. That is a fact. The dealership deals only benefit them. I was approved, and then they want a down payment and $600 a month, and I know how to handle that or give where to look. Last question got ignored, so I deleted it. So when you responded to the question after minutes, so I guess I want to just ask, is it a time limit? I am not sure, guys. Remember, right now I'm on 4 different platforms and I'm using different services. So I'm not sure if there's restrictions with the streaming services, but all the questions should go through. The request that's being sent, I'm not sure why the requests aren't coming through. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But if you're going to go get a vehicle, I recommend you go there with your pre-approval because the dealership will not make a deal that isn't beneficial of you. They're just not. Dealers only make deals that are in benefit to the car dealership, not you. What would you say the best way to get out of an upside down auto loan? Oh my God. This one, man, king. Unfortunately, many people find themselves in the same situation. You get a car, you finance a car, you drive off the lot, then you are upside down because car values drop so easily, right? Now you're negative equity in a car. The best way to get rid of negative equity is you definitely want to trade it in, right? You're going to trade it in and then you're going to go for a lease. Now, if you go for a lease, what they can do now is the negative equity, they can put that inside of the lease. So you trade in what you got, get a lease for 3 years, right? So the negative equity gets placed in it. So make sure you ask for rebates and everything. Like find the car that gives you the most rebates, right? And you add those into the lease along with the negative equity. And then once you get that going, after you've gone the lease term, which is the 2 or 3 years, after the lease is done, the negative equity is gone along with the lease. You'll be at zero, but at least you're starting over fresh. All right. How much is the university a month? That you would speak to finance about, Corey. So what you need to do is just comment the word university and get on with an advisor, and someone can walk you through that. So Corey, just comment the word university, and you'll get a link, or just email the team at finance, and they can walk you through the payment processes. Finance, FINANCE, finance at Consumer Law Secrets, SECRETS, secrets.com. So email finance, Corey, and they will give you that breakdown. I don't have that breakdown on me. All right. So for those of you with negative equity, right? If you got negative equity, getting a lease and wrapping the negative equity inside of the lease is one of the best ways to get rid of your negative equity in your car. Okay, that's one of the best ways I know. There might be other ways, but this is the way that I know, and that's the way I know. All right, guys, we got 6 minutes, guys. We got 6 minutes. For those of you that are just joining, if you have not joined the best consumer law, if you have not joined the best consumer law secrets community, if you have not joined the best consumer law secrets community, if you have not joined the best consumer law and credit repair community, I want you guys to drop the word community in the chat. Comment the word community. Please comment the word community. I had an appointment for CLSU, never got the link or the Zoom. I'm going to drop you the email, finance, FINANCE. I do apologize about that. Finance at consumerlawsecrets.com. All right. Email the team. I do apologize if you had a miss Zoom session. All right, but that's the email. Email the team and let them know you had an appointment so we can get you back on the calendar. Let me send this to finance as well. All right. Guys, we got 4 minutes remaining. Who got any more questions for me? I'll be out of here in 4 minutes, guys. Talk to me. So collections, we talked about collections, charge off, late payments, bankruptcies, life. Guys, bankruptcy offers you a fresh start. I know a lot of people talk a lot of crap about bankruptcy this, bankruptcy that. Guys, Bankruptcy is a reset. Bankruptcy gives you the opportunity to start over fresh. Maybe you made some mistakes. Maybe you went a little bit over your head, right? Maybe you went a little bit over your head with your spending. Everybody makes mistakes. And I'm not telling anyone on here to go file a bankruptcy. That's not what I'm saying, right? You need to go speak to a bankruptcy attorney if you're considering it. But a bankruptcy is nothing shameful. It is not nothing that you need to be ashamed about. It is not nothing that you need to hold your head down about, because the rich do it all the time. It gives you a reset if you made some mistakes financially, right? And you have a hard time catching up on your bills, you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're living hand to mouth. Guys, it is okay if you want to go and do a bankruptcy. I'm not telling you to do it. Go see a bankruptcy attorney, but it offers you a fresh start. It offers you a fresh initiative. It offers you a chance to start over, rebuilding, repairing, and restoring your credit. Okay? I ordered the late payment package from you. I did send out the first round, and they responded back saying that the account was mine, but it's been about 40 days since then. Is it still okay for round two? Yes. Cargill, yes, you are still good for round two. Yes, you are. Nobody will take my case regarding Capital One closing my credit card accounts. My fear is that I would lose the cause due to no consumer lawyer being able to help me. When a consumer lawyer don't want to, like, there's not a lot of consumer lawyers out there, guys. And I'm being very, very honest with you. And most of the attorneys out there, they don't know consumer laws. And with them not knowing consumer laws, it kind of puts most people at a handicap. So you either have to learn pro se, or, like, no one has your best interest more than you. I'm going to say this again. No one has your best interest more than you. All right? So if you have to learn the skills that you need to be great, if you have to learn the skills to repair, rebuild, restore your own credit, if you have to learn the skills to take your credit from where it is to where it needs to go, you have to learn it. The reason why a lot of us fail so much is that we are depending on other people, or we need a consumer lawyer. Did you know that you can learn how to go repair, rebuild, restore your own credit, and sue these debt collectors and creditors for FCRA and other consumer law violations? Yes. Yes, you can. All right. So I'm about to get out of here, but it looks like C finally got through. So C, I'm going to give you 1 minute. We got a minute left. Hello?
Hey, Daraine, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on? So we got a minute to go, see, before I got to get out of here. Talk to me. What's popping?
I'll make it 30 seconds. So what I'm trying to tell you is that Capital One closed all 3 of my credit card accounts, and when I called for legal, like, not advice, but like representation, they don't want to touch it. Pretty much, Capital One didn't give me a good enough reason as to why they closed all 3 of my accounts. All they said was due to business concerns. That's all the letter said. So it didn't give me enough description as to why they closed the accounts. That's the fear right there, is that if I go to court, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what did you set out? So they just close your account one day, you just woke up, or were you disputing an account and then they closed the account?
Disputing late payments. I was disputing late
There
payments.
we go. So what basis are you suing under? What's the foundation of your lawsuit?
Not a problem. I'm challenging, like, they keep telling me that, they send because I had, my mistake was that I put on e-paperless statements, which I shouldn't have done, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they saying that there's no way for us to prove that the statements were sent out 21 days before the due date because you have electronic. Number 2, the negative notice. Negative notice, they don't send me, I never got a negative notice prior to the report of late payment. So I pretty much disputed late payments for the last 3 times. The 3rd time is when they closed all 3 of my accounts. So they didn't really give me no explanation as to why, like context as to why.
So why do you believe that you're not able to represent yourself?
I do. I believe I'm able to represent myself, but what I'm saying is the fear is that I don't know what. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say I don't know how to argue my case. I'm not gonna say like that, but do I? It's like I don't know. Like when I talk to these attorneys, they seem like they know what the hell I'm talking about. Like I'm talking Mandarin or something.
Correct, because
So,
you're probably tough speaking to non-consumer law attorneys.
Even though they claim to be one, but I got what you're saying. But
Sometimes you just got to do it yourself, bro. And I'm being honest with
Yeah.
you. Like, I would love for some attorney to help, but they like the fear of them being in unfamiliar territory is more than the anticipation of winning a new case.
Understood. Last question. So I'll do small claims. I mean, what I got to lose, I'll do it. F it. And see what happens. I mean, you know, the accounts are closed now, so
yeah. Do you know the steps for small claims? Who you're being coached?
Yeah,
like,
I know the steps.
Okay, then if you're familiar with the steps,
I live in New Jersey. You just file a complaint, attach the evidence. It was 1, 2, 3 done. You go straight to court. Hopefully they'll be able to settle outside of court. I don't know. You know, again, I don't know what they're gonna come with. I don't know. It's not my problem. But I know what I got. You know, so that's the thing right there. But moving on, I don't want to take most of your time. The last question I got is on your website. You got account removal letter twice. You got round 1 and round 2.
But then it's not twice. It's not twice. It's 2 rounds.
No, I know, but is it the same language for both letters? Because they both got the same description on the description part at the bottom.
But it's the account removal letter, so it would be in response to a round 1. So if the account that you wanted was not get deleted in round 1, you'll need a round 2. So the round 2 is built with language for round 2.
Okay, now I got it. So they are 2 different languages.
Yeah, the language is different for both. Because one is with the first one, round 1, obviously, will be the first one you're going to send out. And then depending on how they respond to you, if they did not give you deletion, then you're going to need a round 2. So the round 2 now, you modify based on their response.
Okay, and then that's goes for CRA or the creditors?
Creditors, you can use it for CRAs as well, but it's mostly to send to creditors, directly to creditors.
Interesting. Because I use your auto loan for my auto loan removal, so I don't think there's a need for me to use the account removal, right?
The auto loan is built with language specifically for the auto loan.
Yeah,
the account removal, that one was built because a friend of mine had a timeshare. And then you can use it for open accounts, closed accounts, timeshares, evictions, stuff like that. It was built for that because a friend of mine had a timeshare, and I built that, and she got the timeshare deleted.
Interesting.
But it works just the same for any open account.
So is that a bundle you got, or is that 2 separate things?
No, those are 2 separate things.
Okay. All right. That's all I need to know. Thank you.
All right. I got to get out of here. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today. I hope you learned some stuff. Rewatch this episode if you need to. I hope you guys learned some stuff. How do I go about taking off a closed account on my report? Guys, for some of you that need extensive coaching, guys, there's a lot of you that need coaching, guys. Join the SKOOL community. It has courses in there. SKOOL is only $67. Only 67. It is only $67, guys. Join the SKOOL community. Comment the word community. There's a lot of information, courses, modules, letters, ebooks inside of SKOOL that you guys can use. All right. So and we meet every other Wednesday on SKOOL. So some of you might have questions that I'm not able to answer on the live. So you definitely want to join those coaching sessions, guys. It's only $67, guys. I know everybody can find $67. You want that dispute? You want to, like, I'm telling you, Brown, I didn't get the link. Did you check your request folder, your general folder? Check the folders inside of your DMs, Rod. If not, go to the link in my bio, Rod. Go to the link in my bio. If you did not receive a link in your DMs, remember, your DMs has 4 sections. It has hidden, it has request, it has general, and then it has something else. There's like 4 boxes in your DMs. So just double check to make sure that you get the link. All right. need the link, please would you mind sending it to me? Rare Gem, please check the link in my bio. It's in my bio. If you did not get the automation, check my bio. The link is in my bio. Just go to my bio. If you did not receive a link in your DM, check your request folder, check your it's like 4 folders. I'm gonna tell you them in just a minute. You have primary, you have request folders, and you have general, right? And yeah, so general, request, and primary. It's 3 folders, guys. 3 folders, okay? All right, so that's it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you guys later. Let's go.